I'm not sure why this video looks hazy, but let's just have a conversation about females and what they go through. Like, you males need to really thank the Lord above that y'all ain't got these problems. Because it's not only physically debilitating, it's mentally debilitating. So, I said I was going to do my story, but this is just a little rough draft because I had a rough evening. Because I feel like, I suffer from endometriosis, which I found out, what, maybe 4, 5 years ago. That I have endometriosis, so I always had rough cycles. Um, all my life, I had to fight. I think since I was a teenager, I came on my cycle at 10. And then just cycles has just gotten worse. Like balling up in the ball, first day, vomiting, pain up the wazoo. As I got older, pain would just sit to my left side, burning down my leg. As I got even older, just new more symptoms just accumulated. Birth control did help stop the throwing up, the vomiting each month, and it regulated my cycle. But my cycle was always heavy, and the pain was always there. So I had to come off the birth control pills because of another health issue. And I did the IUD. IUD was fantabulous, but I had to come off of that because it was causing abdominal pain. And then I'm going back and forth between the GI doctor and the GYN about this abdominal pain because around that time I had got sick from off of a trip. And the GI doctor was like, "You have fibroids and endometriosis." I was like, "What? Nobody ever told me that." So going back and forth with my GYN, she took out the IUD. IUD was like a weight lifted off my belly. So I'm thinking the fibroids was pressing on the IUD. And so then her resolution was, oh, just take ibuprofen every day. Is you crazy? I'm not doing that. So even though ibuprofen did help with the pain, I only take it around my cycle time. But like to tell me to take it every day was insane. So I was like, yeah, no. She was like, so you are showing the symptoms of endometriosis, and to confirm that, you have to have a procedure. So she was like, no, your symptoms just sounds like it. So just take ibuprofen every day, or we can put you on. I think they put me on 2 different birth control, like the Depo. I did the Depo. I did a low estrogen birth control, and then I did a Depo shot. And then I was like, you know what? Bump all this. Let me do my research. I found an endometriosis specialist at Mercy. I went to him. He read over my report, my ultrasounds, all my studies, and he was like, "Yeah, you're bleeding this heavy and this pain is because of your fibroids. Let's just remove that. And if I see the endometriosis while you're in there, I'll, you know, deal with that." So I was like, "Oh, praise the Lord." So, I'm overly excited. And I'm like, okay, that's all I needed to hear. Finally, somebody want to actually do something and help me. So anyway, long story even shorter, skipping to, I had a myomectomy. He removed 7 fibroids. They were the size of, I think, grapefruits and softballs. Um, and then he did see the endometriosis all growing around my like pelvic area, my anal cavity, all that. So all the pain that I was feeling made sense. When I would like go on the PMS stage, when I would go to the bathroom, hurts. Just moving, walking around, even exercising, the abdominal pain would just be intensified. The sciatic nerve issue, all of that made sense. So the myomectomy, recovering from that was, to be expected, a doozy because one, your body is healing from the surgery, and then is getting reacclimated to not having the fibroids, the endometriosis pain, I guess, went a little haywire. So that first myomectomy, it um, did help with some of the pain. My cycle is not as long or heavy. Then cut to I was having more pain. Then he was like, "Oh, there's a couple of more fibroids in there. Let's just get that." Then, if you want to have children, which I did, let's clean up your uterus so you can have kids. Okay. So then I had my second myomectomy 2 years ago. I removed, I don't know how many fibroids he moved this time. I think it was two. Um, but and then he went in and scraped some of the scar tissue of the endometriosis. So it's no cure for endometriosis. There's just, you know, just make some lifestyle changes, basically deal with it. And that's what I've been trying to do. Going to pelvic floor therapy. Pelvic floor therapy did help. I did the castor oil packing. It does help. But again, all this stuff you have to be consistent with. With my schedule, I wasn't consistent with it, and I'm still not consistent with it. Even though when you know something works, why is it that it's so hard for you to just stay consistent with it? I don't know, because life be lifing. Sometimes I don't want to go to bed with all that stuff on me, and then it gets on my sheets, the oil and the stuff. And then with the pelvic floor therapy, even though it helped, it's the driving to the location that I had to go to. Um, just going within my schedule, my work schedule, and just life. So I want to get back into it. I want to get back onto a routine exercise program. Um, just trying to be consistent with it. Help manage my weight, and strengthen my core, and get with the pelvic floor therapy. So I came over here to release that because the pain that I was feeling today was just crazy. I did a V steam. I did a home V steam yesterday. I've been drinking a lot of water. Take my fish oil, my primrose evening oil. I did do a castor oil packing yesterday on the panty liner and on the abdomen. So tonight, I'm just about to pop a Tylenol with Motrin and get on my heating pad and just pray that tomorrow is a better day, because the way this pain is hurting is like it's in my back, when I sit up, when I stand, going to the bathroom. It's not good. Not good. Not a good night. I was fine this morning, even though I had the pain, but I got a high tolerance of pain, so I was just kind of like being dismissive, walking. Standing for long periods of time hurts. So yeah, gotta get this back together, work on this core, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Hang in there. Good night.